So I do want to make a video on this because I'm starting the physics section. So I've changed the visual effects of this because it was odd awful in the first time I did it. Um, this is what my head visually thinks when I think of displacement, velocity, and acceleration. It's really I haven't seen any other visual like this, so I wanted to make something like this. So I did it. This is what my brain thinks. I want people to understand a little bit. Now I use a calculator to just do this, and then arbitrary ballista launch um, parabola. Put it here as a reference. Let me just delete that because yeah, and I also ask what is acceleration without direction called. Apparently, there's no real scalar version of it, so I had to call it speeding. Basically, that's what I had to call it. So that's what we will be referring to when we call speeding, acceleration in scalar form, I guess. I don't know what this other way to say that, so we'll figure that out. I mean, yeah, I don't know. Anyway, this is what I visually think of a scalar. So in a vector, so this section over here is a vector, displacement, velocity, and acceleration. As you can see, the arrow is showing magnitude, but in the case of speed, you don't really know the magnitude of the arrow, so you make a larger circle, and that's what I imagine a scalar to be. That's how when I do pressure, I make a big ass circle, a small ass circle, a small ass circle. That's how I visualize pressure too. We will discuss that later on. Um, so so displacement is interesting because you need to have this curve, and you need to get ds and integrate all the ds's. How do I do that? Well, your guess is a good of a guess as any other, because actually I do know how to do it. It's arc length, so you have to do integral, square root, and do all that shenanigans. I guess I can make that into a question. Get the scalar length of this thing, which I think I'll do. I think I'll do later on when I have the chance to fix up this section because some sections are superior than others, and this physics section is kind of doo doo right now. I have also um, done the SI units. Actually, mass and density is not part of this place. This is more of physics, academic language. Academic language. Yeah, I like that better. So we're definitely gonna change up all of these. We're not gonna leave it like this. This was shit. I know it's shit. uh, yeah, especially since we have we need to fix this up so badly. Well, I need to fix it up. Yeah, and also there's a lot of stuff here that needs to be fixed up. But first, we're going to talk about the displacement velocity acceleration, and the best way to do it is with the ball, I believe. And this is with a motion of a ball. So you can see what my brain actually thinks when I think of these words. I think of these things when I think of acceleration, velocity, and displacement. I think of this when I think of distance. I think of this when I think of speed. And there's no real word for acceleration, so it's going to be speeding from now on. Um, I wish there was a better definition for acceleration because it would make my life so much easier, man. But the scalar is speeding, which really sounds like a speeding ticket. But that's all I'll say. Maybe accelerator or something. I don't know. I don't think there's a scalar version of acceleration that I know of has no direction. For some reason, speed has a word for it, and distance makes sense for it to have a word versus displacement. Anyway, with that said, I think I'm done with this talk because I really wanted to show you this thing because this is how I visualize in my head. And I don't think there's any book that actually shows this, so it's the first time I'm putting what I think in my head into a uh, book format. So here's what I think when I think of displacement, velocity, and acceleration. I hope you like it. And I think with that, I am done. Yeah, yeah.